Okay, are you guys ready for the dumbest stuff you have ever seen in your life? Let's go!
Scientists are starting to get a little edgy these days. It's because their sacred timelines are getting challenged.
Is it the scientists are getting edgier, or is it just that you don't like being called out on the internet by people who are telling you that what you're saying is wrong?
Creationists sent their own samples in to carbon date them, and they're coming back at 20,000 years old.
Ironically, I think these videos are actually going to make me religious because I do need the strength of God to get through this bullshit. You cannot radiocarbon date dinosaur bones. Radiocarbon dating is effective to about 50,000 years ago.
Interesting. So I, surprisingly, know nothing about radiocarbon dating. I don't even know anything about normal dating, let alone with radiocarbon.
And most importantly, it can only be done on natural material
basics.
like bone, wood, charcoal, or hair. But since dinosaur bones are fossilized, you are trying to radiocarbon date a rock. There is no carbon-14 left in dinosaur bones, which is, you know, the thing you need to radiocarbon date. So of course you get these completely incorrect dates. This leads me to believe that either you don't know that you can't radiocarbon date dinosaur bones, or that you knew and then just did it anyway. Either way, this propaganda is laughable even by young Earth creationist standards. So if you want to get these results published, I may suggest it being a punchline.
Scientists
Ah! Destroyed them! I know very little about fossils, but I thought they were legit bones. Next.
Do you like elephants? No? Well, good, because this one's dead. The discovery of this half-million-year-old elephant tusk was announced this morning by the Israel Antiquities Authority. Most modern elephants have tusks that are about 6 feet or 2 meters long. But this tusk measures
Same.
more than 8 feet or 2.5 meters. And that is because this tusk didn't belong to one of our boring,
Mammoth?
normal, modern elephants. It belonged to this big motherfucker.
Whoa.
The Paleoloxodon antiquus. Standing at the height of a double-decker bus and weighing as much as 10 Mini
Holy.
Coopers, this giant son of a bitch made even
Look at the... Oh my god. Normal elephants are pretty big. This is gargantuan. But the length on that tusk is crazy.
and mammoths look like Pomeranians. And it is colloquially referred to as a straight-tusked elephant, on account of whatever the fuck is going on here. Though it may seem alien to us, this enormous elephantidae once dominated the plains of Pleistocene Europe up until about 40,000 years ago. And the discovery of a
How do you even, like, become a predator of that? You know what I mean? I thought meese were bulldozers of nature. Apparently not.
Julian lithics alongside this tusk could suggest that it was the remains of an early hominin meal, or perhaps served a ceremonial purpose. Do you like elephants?
Oh.
No?
The 500k, huh? Interesting. I wonder if they're bigger, like, because elephants are super intelligent, so I wonder how smart they were.
You seem like the kind of person that would appreciate a fun fact about pencils. Check this out.
Yay.
What do you call this stuff that's inside a pencil? If you're deep in
Lead.
the pencil fandom, you probably call it graphite, and that's correct. But more often than not, we call it lead. I always assumed that this is because at one time pencils were actually made out of lead. But apparently, that's wrong. This is Nicolas Jacques-Conté, and he invented the modern pencil, which apparently was a dangerous occupation. He made a writing instrument by encasing a
To be fair, maybe he ran into John Wick.
piece of graphite in clay and wood, kind of like this. Now, people have been doing something like this with graphite way back into antiquity, so Jacques technically wasn't the first person to do this, but he did make the same mistake that everyone else did. And that is looking at raw graphite and confusing it with raw lead because of how similar they look. So even though they were never made of lead, the name just stuck. But the best part is that the mineral graphite actually gains its name from this use, coming from the Greek word graphene, to write or draw, meaning we gave this mineral its name because of how good it is at drawing pictures. So make sure to...
Bruh, what? I literally thought that they just used to put lead in pencils and they took it away because of bad.
There are 800 dead people in this lake. Yeah, that got your attention, didn't it, you sick
Soon to be 801. No, I'm kidding.
son of a bitch. This is Rupkund Lake in the Indian Himalayan mountains. And this remote alpine valley is home to the skeletons of between 300 and 800 individuals. Their bones lie
My bad, guys. I went into the mountains. got a little spicy. What can I say? Yeah, one thing led to another. You know what I mean? It's just they like the different hockey team than me. It is what it is.
scattered along the lakeshore and constructed into grotesque sculptures by passing hikers.
What the
Since its
fuck?
discovery in the 1940s, countless papers, studies, and theories have been put forward to answer one simple question.
Huh?
What happened at Rupkund Lake?
Oh my god. There's just bones everywhere. Can you imagine discovering that, like, however many years ago, before there's, like, you know, the internet or, like, context, like, modern civilization? I don't know how old these are, but my god. You're just on a hike one day and you discover freaking Bone Murder Mountain.
Why did so many unfortunate souls lose their lives in this remote mountain pass, and what happened to them? Now, if you've heard of this, you may think you're familiar with the answer, that it was a group of pilgrims that were struck down by hail. But recent studies have uncovered that the truth is much, much stranger. So tonight we're going to go over this mystery from top to bottom. Try and finally answer the question, what happened at Rupkund Lake? YouTube channel, Miniminuteman. You can only see me from short form content? Come check it out. It's like short form, but a lot longer. I'm gonna go put on my wetsuit, and I'll see you there. There are 800 dead.
Honestly, I don't even want to edit this out because that's really interesting. Now I want to know. Now I want to know.
At first glance, this image doesn't really look like, well, much of anything, really. It kind of looks like someone was doing, yard work, or they're, getting ready to build another luxury high-rise apartment.
What if we got like an elephant to scroll TikTok with its little trunk, and it would just swipe the phone?
First glance, this image doesn't really look like, well, much of anything, really. It kind of looks like someone was doing, yard work, or they're, getting ready to build another luxury high-rise apartment complex. But this is one of very few images of a natural wonder that has been almost completely forgotten. These pictures from the latter half of the 1800s show the very final remains of something known as the Great Raft. The Great Raft was essentially a gigantic log jam, and it clogged the Red River in Louisiana for more than 160 miles. And it was, as far as we know, the largest feature of its kind in all of North America. Now, while normally I'd say a log jam isn't a very interesting thing, this is a lot more than a log jam. It is estimated that the Great Raft existed for 1,200 years. This blockage in the river created lakes, bayous, and tributaries that irreversibly altered the environment around it. It had such a significance to the cultures that formed around it that it was viewed as a deity in and of itself. The world created by this structure was fascinating, and I just made the first video essay on YouTube about it. Come check it out.
Such an interesting video stuff. Damn it. Well, I just reacted. Maybe. They're like an hour and a half long, though. I don't know if I have the capacity for that.
Giants are real, and I'm going to show you exactly why.
It's always the guy with the backwards baseball cap talking about this goofy shit. How's it going? My name's Vinny Santoro. I got a bachelor's of business from UMass Lowell. I like your chain, though, dude. No hard feelings. I know a paisan when I see one. I just got to give you a hard time.
Everything grew a lot bigger because of oxygen levels.
You should start teaching critical thinking at UMass Lowell. The time when there was more oxygen was like 200 million years ago, and the only thing that got bigger was insects. If this was a tree, the branches would be in, like, the goddamn troposphere. Does that make any sense?
We read about them everywhere. They're in the Bible.
Right, but wait till you hear this. This book is called The Phantom Toll Booth, and in it, there's a dog with a clock in it. Liberal media wants you to think this doesn't exist, but it literally says it right there in the book.
The Smithsonian?
It's true. I've seen the clock dog myself.
They had their fingers in all of these reports.
I love how many conspiracy theorists cite the whole Smithsonian destroyed giant skeletons claim literally originated in 2014 on a satire website. It was literally like The Onion. So you'll get these videos of these conspiracy theorists who are like, yeah, I have my third eye open, I read between the lines, and their source is like fucking clickhole.
Giants are real, and I'm going to show you
This reminds me of the flat earth stuff. When I understand, it kind of started off as like a meme. Not started off, obviously. It got exacerbated by a bunch of people like creating like a group and posting like meme info about flat earth, and then people started taking it seriously. I don't know how much that's contributed, but I know it has, at least somewhat. It makes me think like how many conspiracy theories has The Onion started, honestly.
exactly why.
I just found this.
But why giants? I love how he cites the Bible too. And not even a Bible, like an image of the Bible. I don't think the Bible talks about giants, do they?
This road cut, an absolutely stupid amount of fossils in it. And I was wondering why, and then I ran into the guy who owns it, and he was like, oh yeah, this was blasted 3 weeks ago, meaning that I'm probably the first fossil hunter to actually get to it. Here's some of the stuff I found in just the first, like, 10 minutes. These beautiful oxidized brachiopods, this concretion, which when I broke it open, had more shells in it that are still their original color because it has the original sediment in it. This cluster of brachiopod shells and crinoid stems. This rock, which is going to be absolutely full of fossils, but I haven't even broken into yet. This little dude, and this enormous kill layer that has several different species of brachiopod, like this and this, which are Mucor spirofer, and then these little guys, which are either Spinatropa or Strophiodonta, and then some kind of snail-looking thing over here. And oh my god, another one. I literally just picked this up off the ground. Dude, what the hell is with this place? This is literally right next to it. This whole wall dates to about 300 million years ago in the Middle Devonian, and I've literally never found this high a density of shell fossils in my entire life.
Those names sound like pasta. Yeah. The ravioli period between 70,000 BC, yes.
That right there is a mold impression we took of what looks to be a human foot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, is that what that looks like? That looks like, guys? Is it just me, or is Never mind.
a human footprint.
If I had $1 for every time I heard a conspiracy theorist say looks like, I would buy the Creation Evidence Museum and turn it into a Planned Parenthood. That single observation is where almost every single conspiracy train of thought starts and ends.
Because this sandstone is probably 100 to 200 million years old, according to evolution.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Steppy, and then like that. Okay. For some reason, it looked like a donger to me. Never even found bones. Oh, that reminds me. So when me and my friends were camping, another story. Why do on these reacts I always have like crazy stories? When me and my friends were camping one time, basically there was like a large bluff, so like a cliff, right? There was like this ravine that would go down to it. It's like pretty high, you know what I mean? Like I'm talking like 50 feet or something. So we get down there and there's a little beach cove, right? And so we decided to roast some wieners on the beach. It was pretty fun. But when we looked over at the end, and this was at like midnight or so, it turns out there was a pile of coffins washed up on the shore, which was very creepy, as I'm sure you can imagine. Old school coffins, like we're talking like the like pine wood like sort of style, you know? And there was like piles of them in a corner. And we kind of noticed that a bit later. Now, if I remember correctly, there wasn't actually anything in them, but it's been a while, but I think I would have remembered if we found corpses. But we did just find like a bunch of, I believe, empty coffins, which was really, really weird. I wonder how that happened. How would you guys react running into like 50 coffins washed on shore in the middle of the night? It was a bit creepy, to say the least.
Evolutionarily, you know, that makes a lot of sense. See that footprint there? Yeah, it's clear evidence that rock.
And that's why vampires don't cross flowing waters. True. Maybe it's a bunch of vampires that got dusted.
Rocks actually evolved bipedalism. Behold, a featherless biped. Eat your heart out, Diogenes.
We're not sure, but I'll tell you, that big toe is really convincing. We'll leave it up to you folks to just...
Oh, it's up to us. It's choose your own adventure, young Earth creationism. Confusing common geologic features with human footprints is young Earth creationist bread and butter. So much so that I had to make a literal entire video addressing it. But that sandstone erosion does look like a...
That right there is a mold and...
See, to me, the first thing I don't see is foot, but maybe there's something wrong with me. Oh, it's because this block's down there. I was only seeing this part.
They're showing Antarctica as an ice wall.
I know I already talked about this guy and
Oh my
that stupid
God.
fucking hat. At this point, I feel like he's just got to be taking the piss. I don't really care if he believes it or not, because he's saying it to people who do believe it, so I'm going to debunk it anyway.
This is called the Hammond Map from 1933, and you can research this.
Ooh, rookie mistake. Don't ever tell people to research things as a conspiracy theorist, because then they will, and they'll see that you're wrong. I wonder why you cropped the map like that. Probably because its full name is Hammond's Air Age Map of the World. Map projection designed specifically to show flight times between major cities. Why it's got all these red lines all over it. Didn't think I'd have to explain this, but apparently with this guy here, I do. The world is almost a perfect sphere. Really hard to project the surface of a sphere onto a flat surface, which is why we've come up with so many bizarre map projections that focus on not distorting certain parts of the world. Since a majority of people live in the northern hemisphere, it makes sense to make a flight map that shows most of the northern hemisphere less distorted than Antarctica, where nobody lives. But yeah, no, the elites are hiding the ice wall from us, and the only place it exists is in this one air travel map from 1930.
They're showing.
We should play a game, chat. Let's say if they are a grifter or a believer, okay? When we run into a new person. I think this guy, because he has merch, I think he's a grifter. I'm going to go with grifter on this one. I don't think this guy believes. I know, it's tough, right? It's tough.
Great Pyramids of Giza, there were no mummies.
Every time I hear this argument, it makes me want to impale myself. There were no mummies discovered in the Great Pyramid. QED, it must be a giant power plant or some other bullshit. Let's see what those crazy archaeologists think.
Theory is that grave robbers took the mummy.
Yeah, no shit. Your first thought seeing this thing is, where's the mummy? Do you not think that that would also be the first thought of literally every single person who has seen this in the last 4,000 years?
The box seems pretty plain. All this ornate stuff.
It couldn't have been a tomb because I think it looks too boring. I always compare it to King Tut's tomb, which is hilarious. This one was buried underground, and this one is in a giant man-made mountain in the middle of the desert. They were also constructed nearly 1,500 years apart. Conspiracy people view ancient Egypt as one homogeneous thing that never changed. But the burial customs in Egypt may have changed a little bit over 1,500 years. This is like claiming the burial customs today haven't changed since the Middle Ages.
Great Pyramids of Giza.
It's hard to imagine that, like, context of a civilization You know what I mean? Like ancient ones being around for so long. Because, like, I don't know, especially in the New World, right? America, Canada, around for a couple hundred years. 1,500 years of a culture. And we do kind of look at them as like this homogenous group, I think, casually. But the changes that happens over such a period of time socially must be absolutely insane, I imagine.
These right here aren't just your average weird-looking sticks. They are the only 3 existing examples of one of the rarest types of maps in the entire world. They're called the Amosolic maps, and they were created by the indigenous Tinnamut or Tinnamasut people of eastern Greenland. Now these look a little confusing, but I'll share with you how they work, because they're not only an ingenious piece of technology, but an interesting reflection of the culture and material resources available to this group. Safe to say, Greenland's a little rough in the whole natural resource department. So groups like the Tinnamasut settled along the coast and sustained themselves off of marine resources, often in canoes, not unlike this. And that is where the Amosolic maps come in. With no trees available, these bad boys are carved out of driftwood. Here's the cool part. Both of these are technically just one map, with the notches in the large one representing the mainland coast, and the thin one representing the coastal islands.
Whoa. That's weird.
Meaning that these are handheld, waterproof maps used for navigating the intricacies of Greenland's coastline. While it's a shame only 3 exist today, they represent an ingenious piece of indigenous technology. If you want more cool history...
Huh. That's really neat. Flat coast theory? Yeah. Listen, guys. Listen. Because of these wood maps, we can tell that the world actually used to be made out of wood. It was created. Jesus was the carpenter, right? And Jesus was God. Therefore, God built Earth out of wood. Think about it, chat. Think about it.
And how the Nazca people were able to create them without any guidance from above.
Just still don't know how Chris from down the street was able to draw this without any guidance from above.
And how the...
To be fair, he had guidance from above. He's like, how did people draw without any reference? Oh my god. Oh, brother.
Nazca people were able to create them without any guidance from above.
Just still don't know how Chris from down the street was able...
To be fair, anime was invented by the gods, sending down their blessings from above.
Guidance from above. The Nazca line theories just crack me up. We got people telling you that the most likely explanation for how these were made was air travel or aliens. If you do believe that, join me in putting on your critical thinking caps for a second, because I got a question. Have you ever done, like, a scale drawing? You know, like 1 inch equals 1 foot, that kind of thing. Because the only lost technology that you need to turn this from a sketch in the sand to the size that it is now is unit conversion. Or were the ancient people just too stupid to figure that one out? They didn't know how to do unit conversion, but they knew how to make airplanes. Give me a fucking break. I feel like a plane wouldn't even be that helpful here. Yeah, a little to the left. You can get straight lines and circles by having a rope with just sticks hammered into the ground. These conspiracies undermine how truly sophisticated ancient people were. By saying they needed modern technology, it trivializes the incredible feats they were able to achieve with the technology that they did have.
And how the Nazca people...
That's so weird. Oh, crappy viewer. No. Oh my god, dude, with the 100 bitolis as well. Let's go. Welcome to the hype train. Oh my god. Or maybe you're a bad ad viewer. Because that's certainly true. But yeah, that's interesting. So at first I thought this was cave, but okay, so this is like sand. This is like an overhead shot or something. I don't really know where this is, to be honest, but pretty cool.
This is not fake.
Man, I never said anything about it being fake, but
this mountain is real.
You did jump to defend yourself suspiciously quick. It's like seeing a cop walking on the street and yelling, "I have not killed anybody."
Experts announced a shocking, unearthly discovery that Antarctica has been found with a huge pyramid.
There was once a time where I was naive.
Oh yeah, a lot of people reference this this rock structure here, thinking it's like a proper pyramid.
Enough to believe that the pop conspiracy TikTokers would have finally stopped talking about this stupid Antarctica pyramid conspiracy. That time was about 30 minutes ago, and I was wrong. Go ahead, tell us more, guy who says things that aren't fake.
That has no signs of humans ever creating it or having touched it.
That's weird, because human beings have touched the fuck out of those other pyramids. So this leaves us with 2 options. 1, it was built by extraterrestrials, which is what he goes on to imply. Or 2, it's a goddamn mountain. It isn't even a pyramid shape. Look at how bad this lines up. Let me take away these stupid lines for a second. Look at that. Look at how not pyramid that is. Milo, how do you know that's not a pyramid? You haven't been to Antarctica. You're right, I haven't. But you know what I do have? An almost fully developed prefrontal cortex.
Nope, this is not fake.
Man, I never said anything about it being fake, but...
Oh my god.
No fucking way.
Yeah, sure, whatever, it can't get...
Coincidence? What's the coincidence? You drew an extra triangle on top of that any triangle you could do that. Coincidence? Triangles exist?
No fucking way.
Yeah, sure, whatever, it can't get stupider than that.
I mean, the pyramid with the Illuminati eye, like, yeah, kind of weird. Fair enough. You're really reaching here.
Next.
You know what I mean? Actually, low key, you could argue, what is going on here? Does anybody know the history of it? Why did they do a strange eye? And then, like, this weird pyramid thing with, like, Latin situation going on. Some of them.
Who the fuck is Mason? Mason.
What?
If I were you, I'd be shitting myself right now. This guy's on to you.
Also, I like that they're grabbing the tail end and the middle for some reason. Like, why those specific ones, and why do you even think that's a pattern, first of all? Because it's not. Maybe if it was, like, the ending or the beginning of all of them.
I was hoping these letters would recombine to say anus. They would have spelled it
Oh, isn't
wrong,
that the
but at least it would have been
points of the
funny.
star?
You also could have spelled moans.
Is
But I don't
that-
see a lot of conspiracy theorists talking about that now, do I? I'm like 95% sure this is satire or the work of someone with undiagnosed schizophrenia. But also this is from Instagram Reels. And I know that Instagram Reels is the kind of place where there's going to be people who are going to see this and then see
it's the
this
points of
and
the
go
star.
on like a tirade in the comment section that would make your racist uncle have a heart attack. But it is fun to see a conspiracy theory that looks like something out of a 2016 MLG Illuminati Call of Duty compilation.
Literally.
No.
That's wild. I don't think it's satire. I don't know. So is this like the Freemason conspiracy? What even is that? Is that just like that's like the new trendy Illuminati one, I think. So I feel like people memed Illuminati too much, so we don't take it seriously anymore. So I feel like people go with Freemasons now instead.
You ever been killed, dragged up a tree by a leopard? This guy did it. Who knows? Maybe it was even kind of fun. This poor bastard is called SK-54, and it is a fragment from the base of a skull. And while that's pretty interesting on its own, I guess the most interesting part of it are those two small punctures in what would have been the base of the skull.
Is it possible that this is a real recording of a fallen angel that's chained up under the earth?
Possible? Maybe. Likely? Absolutely fucking not. But let's have a listen anyway. I don't think that's a fallen angel. It sounds more like a Kawasaki KX250. That if this is the original audio from this video, it's almost definitely a mining operation, considering you can literally hear other mechanical parts.
Can I hear the chains?
Do you have any idea how easy it would be to fake a video like this? Check this out. I have definitive proof that Satan has put a troll inside of the humane black bear statue. Dude, you just gotta listen to this. Insane, right? God is real
Holy
and he
shit.
hates you. Smash that like button and tune in next time when I tell you how they're building a Jewish space laser in the Fogler Library.
If you want to learn...
We love space lasers. That'd be kind of crazy. It would be interesting if you came across like something like that in your own mind and you were hearing weird noises from underground. That would be a little concerning at first, but it is funny they went with chained up fallen angel.
more about
Stupid conspiracies,
subscribe to
Miniminuteman.
Is it bad I love the laser ones?
Fucking Theta Chi here talking about ancient fucking lasers.
Base of the
All right, grifter or believer, chat? What do you guys think?
pyramid is perfectly leveled to within 3/4 of an inch. Something that's, again, only possible with, like, laser technology today.
A fucking skill issue, Philip. Yet again, you missed the opportunity here to actually talk about some interesting history, so I'll do it for you. One of the theories for how they managed to get the base of the pyramid so level is lasers. I'm fucking kidding, of course not. Is water. Nature is a pretty amazing toolbox, and water has a habit when it's undisturbed to be completely flat. One of the theories for the way that they managed to get the base of the pyramid so level is they flooded the bottom place where the first blocks were going, and then they were able to etch into the side the height that the water was at. That way, when they placed the blocks in, everything was going to be completely symmetrical the whole way up. See, Philip? Smarter, not harder. Just because we'd be too stupid to figure it out doesn't mean that they were. Yet again, you missed the opportunity.
That is really, really cool, honestly. He's definitely parroting a grifter. Yeah, this guy gives grifter vibes easily. I think because it's like, oh god, the suit.
This is Luca. Now you probably think that you don't know Luca, but you are Luca. Scientists have found that everything on Earth, from mammals to plants to bacteria, share a little bit of DNA. Since we know the rate at which mutations occur, we can translate this back in time
We're all
to learn
relatives.
that every living thing can be traced to one common ancestor. This postulated single-celled organism that lived about
Where my Lucas at in chat? Where my Lucas at?
4 billion years ago is referred to as the last universal common ancestor, or Luca. Luca wasn't the first life, that would be the first universal common ancestor, or Fuca. And there were branches that came from Fuca, but all of them went extinct, except for one. Some say that science strips away a greater human purpose that only faith can provide. But science proves to me that we are an incredible miracle. Everything on Earth, from me to a blue whale to a cockroach to a stand of aspen trees, can all trace our lives back to one spark in the darkness. And the reason you exist today is that somewhere billions of years ago, a speck of life survived. This is Luca. Now
I'm Luca. No, I'm Luca. No, I'm Luca.
Presented 2 bodies to a Congress that were allegedly non-human.
No. Y'all ain't falling for this one, right?
Hearing was about aliens. It said, hey, we have proof.
Oh my god. You're actually falling for it? Hey, bro, firstly, come on. I mean, come on. Come on. Okay. I hate to hurt the feelings of whoever faked this alien, but bro, your alien looks like dog shit. Seriously, I have seen greater levels of artistic finesse at a fucking 3rd grade science fair.
It was covered in a diatomic white substance that...
I know one person who's got a little bit of experience with a diatomic white substance, and it ain't the alien. Bro, get out of here with your long-ass science words. That shit right there is playground sand. It's not a fucking diatomic white, it's sand, bro.
Its feet and its hands are tridactyl, which means they have 3 fingers.
Diatomic, tridactyl, what is this, the fucking...
I love that they got like this sort of like diagram with the flesh on there.
SAT. My man, the finger bones are facing in different directions on both hands. This thing is as real as the Fiji mermaid. If you see any more of these clowns talking about this, tag me. I'm having fun with this one.
You know what that reminds me of? Like in Japan, there's like a couple like fake creatures as well that are apparently like amalgamations of different things. Apparently this is a thing. Apparently people just decide to like make weird creature chimera monstrosities and then pitch them as like weird religious things, which is interesting that lots of people have done this from different cultures. Do we just have we always just wanted to spread disinformation, chat? If you want to see if they get even crazier, check out this video here where I watch even more Miniminuteman. I can't with these, oh my god.